Buddy, and welcome to Final Play Sports Wrap. I'm your host, Pete Lubar, and today we're talking Big 12 football, specifically Brigham Young University. Now, Brigham Young provides a unique challenge for me because they have a number of athletes from Hawaii, which names I absolutely cannot pronounce, but we'll do our best. We'll see how it goes today, and hopefully you'll find this of great information. We're going to talk about the season now that spring training is over and getting ready for fall camps here. BYU went 11-2 under Coach Kalani Sitake. They were 7-2 in conference. They were ranked 13th in the final polls. So it was a great season. They had a great early win against SMU, who's in the conference championships, and a terrible late season loss to Kansas. The expectations are very high for BYU right now. They are in the preseason ranked at number 14, so they should have an excellent year. Last year, they greatly improved their offense. They scored 31.7 points per game, which was 40th in the nation. They gave up just 19.6, good for 18th, and they destroyed conference member CU in the Alamo Bowl 36-14. Very weird to play your own conference foe in a bowl game after playing them, but that's the way it worked out. Too many bowls probably. From a total offensive standpoint, 391 yards per game, a good mix balance, almost 50-50, and they return their quarterback, their running backs, their leading receiver, and where they lost some people is on the offensive line. They'll have to rebuild the tight end room as well. From a quarterback standpoint, Jeff Ratzlaff, he's a senior quarterback. He returns. He had 213 completions and 368 attempts. Good for 2,947 yards and 20 TDs, 12 interceptions. He's not much of a threat to run, but got a great arm and, a really solid quarterback, makes good decisions. LJ Martin is the top returning back with 137 attempts for 718 yards and 7 TDs. He also caught 10 balls out of the backfield for 100 yards. They've got Hinckley Ropati, Sion Aimoa, and I'm going to butcher this one, but Pokaioa Hoanga brings, so they've got a good stable of running backs that return. And while Darius Lassiters is taking his talents to the Jacksonville Jaguars, the receiver room should be stacked enough with leading receiver Chase Robert returning after flirting with going to the NFL. So he had 52 receptions for 854 yards and 4 TDs. Keelan Marion and JoJo Phillips are proven commodities. They're both back. They combined for over 500 yards last year for a passing attack that ranked 60th in the country. There is some uncertainty at tight end as Jackson Bauer transferred to Oregon State and Reiner Swanson departed on a 2-year mission to Kenya, and Ray Paulo Mason Fakahua and Matava Taase and Keno Hill all graduated. So lost a lot in that, but they landed Utah's Carson Ryan from the transfer portal, and he appears to be the starting tight end based on his experience alone. So we'll see what they do in that part of the offense. And the offensive line's got some rebuilding. They lost Pay, Antonin, and Kiem as those three went on to the NFL. There's also plenty of talent in the pipeline, most notably Colorado transfer Isaiah Jada, solid and versatile left guard Waylon Lapaho, and 3 guys who picked up valuable experience in 2024, Bruce Mitchell, Sony Makasini, and Austin Leusa. So they also got a transfer from Andrew Gentry. He was a 4-star recruit out of Colorado, and he has been recovering from a Liz Frank injury. If he's ready to go, he'll be able to boost that line as well. Defensively, the Cougars had a stingy group last year and created pressure and turnovers. They had 20 sacks, 22 interceptions, and 7 fumble recovery. So they were very active on the good side of the ledger. They were 13th in total defense in the nation, 18th in scoring defense. Linebacker Harrison Taggart, the second leading tackler, returns. But linebacker will be a strength for the defense. They'll have to replace several pieces on the defensive line, but have added junior defensive tackle Keanu Tanavasa, the 301-pound transfer from the University of Utah. And then you've got free safety Tanner Wall sort of in the back. He'll help guide a relatively inexperienced defensive backfield. They also got a transfer from, I think, Fresno State. From a recruiting standpoint, BYU is ranked by Rivals as the 48th best recruiting class. They had 24 commitments. Depending on which source you look at, they had between 2 and 4 four-star players. Austin Pay and an offensive lineman out of Highland, Utah, and Lamison Waller, a receiver out of Hesperia, California. And then they got Hunter Clegg, a defensive end out of American Fork, Utah, and McKay Madsen, an inside linebacker from Clovis, California. So I've seen them both be, all those guys be 4 stars and all those guys be 3 stars. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The rest of their lineup is mostly 3-star kids who will grow up and coach. They'll coach them up. And so the good recruiting class for them. They lost 18 players to graduation, 30 to the transfer portal, and 4 demissions. Running back Miles Davis, who had 90 carries for 468 yards. Cody Epps with 73 catches for 819 yards. And Micah Harper with 98 tackles. Those guys will be the most missed. They brought in 15 new transfers, including the aforementioned Gentry, Ryan, a tight end, and Tavio Beasley from San Diego State. I said Fresno, but it's actually San Diego State. It was a Mountain West team. So the schedule's favorable. They play Portland State to start the season, then Stanford and East Carolina, and then they start the Big 12 schedule with CU on September 27th. They play 6 teams that were in the bowl games last year, but the schedule's reasonable. The toughest part of the schedule is mid-October when they play rival Utah. Utah wasn't all that great last year, but they brought in a quarterback from New Mexico named Devin Dampier, and he's terrific. He's a dual threat guy. He runs, he throws, and he's going to improve the Utes offense dramatically. And then after they play Utah, they play them in Provo, but then they go on the road and they have to play Iowa State and Texas Tech, both teams that are ranked in the top 25 as well and are predicted to be towards the top of the conference standings. So, and then they come back home and they got TCU. So they've got a 4-game stretch there that is relatively tough in mid-October, but the rest of the schedule is pretty light. So it's possible to see a 11-1 or 10-2 type season with an 8-1 or 7-2 conference record, which would put them near the top of the Big 12, obviously. So that's a little bit on way too early stuff for BYU. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my YouTube page. It costs you nothing, but it helps me out. And next week we'll take a look at Central Florida. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.